If a man's text sends you into a 20-minute spiral, then this video is for you.
Her fans call her America's go-to love doctor. Please welcome best-selling author, Dr. Cassandra Enriquez.
All right, y'all. I'm Coach Cass, America's go-to love doctor, helping successful single women learn which man to choose and which one not to. So if you are a busy professional woman, if you're a woman that has ever gotten a text that made you say, let me go ask my girlfriends, let me ask my cousin, let me ask my coworker, let me ask my college roommate, let me ask my coach, listen to me. It's less about the script and more about discernment. You got to learn how to get clear on how to respond to men and not just wait for someone else to hand you the words. I know for a fact that you like somebody to hand you the words, and we do that here as well. But I'm going to tell you this, in your heart of hearts, I want your heart not to be troubled or filled with anxiety just because a man sends you a text. And here's the truth. Nobody tells women the issue is not the text. It's the fact that the fear that bubbles up because of the lack of clarity on what to say. It's really not the text, and it's all about you. So I want to teach you the PACE framework to help grown women know how to respond without over-explaining, overdoing it, or spiraling. So when we talk about the number one question that I get, it's always, Coach Cass, how do I answer this? What do I say? It's a constant conversation about conversations. So I want you to start out with the letter P. You got it? I want you to write it down. The first letter, P, stands for pause. Things that make you go, shut your mouth, girl. So I want you to pause. If there's something that a man says that has you thinking, do I need to respond now or could I respond later? If it triggers something within you, I want you to pause. If he asks you something, accuses you of something, tells you something, and all of you is like, Wah! Take a moment. Just breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, no, just kidding. If you feel tightness in your chest, feeling a need to prove yourself or just be nice, pause. You got it? So pay attention to your body and what your body is telling you. And I'm telling you right now, there's something beautiful about pausing. Take a deep breath in. Let this be a normal way that you communicate, that you just have to breathe and think about things without having to rapidly respond. Because sometimes what you're triggered by has nothing to do with the man in front of you and everything that happened before you got there. Once upon a time, I was dating this guy named Andy, and we went to his cousin's house to game night, right? Which was really cool, which reminds me, I should host a game night. Anyway, so we were doing this whole game night situation, and Andy's phone rang, and he stepped outside. But he didn't step outside the room. He didn't step outside the living room. He didn't step into the other room. He stepped outside the house. Girl, 20 minutes goes by, and I'm like, all right. I started thinking about my ex and what my ex did and who my ex was. I was like, not again. This is not going to happen to me again. So I went outside to check on him, right? We're going to check on him. So I walk outside, and I stand in front of the car thinking that I got it all together. And I remember him winding down the window. That's back when the cars did this. Him winding down the window. And he goes, Cass, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Ooh. I picked up my jaw. I walked back inside. And I paused. Now my pause came late. Right? My pause came late. But I'm going to tell you, learn from my mistakes. Take a moment to pause and not react based on things that have happened to you before that reminds you of what happened. This is a new person. Give them the benefit of the doubt, right? So I want you to pause. You got it? So now, A, assess. Okay? Assess. The A is assess. I want you to assess the moment. Is the text he sent sending you into a spiral? Is it causing confusion or is it causing clarity? Does it cause pain or does it cause pleasure? Is it causing anxiety or is it causing peace? What is this text, right? It's just a text. What is it causing? assess the moment. I want you to ask yourself these questions. Is the conversation moving us forward or is it circling? Have you ever talked in circles before? You got to stop the circle. And now this is a different training, but there's a man named Emerson that talks about the crazy cycle. And when you jump on the crazy cycle as a couple, somebody has to say, we have to stop, or you keep spiraling. You keep going in circles. And this is whether you're dating, in a relationship, or married, right? So we want to stop the cycle. So if you find yourself consistently in a cycle where someone is disrespectful or unloving, right? So that's the crazy cycle, right? So this is the crazy cycle that people go through. Man is disrespectful, so the woman is unloving. The man is disrespectful, so the woman is unloving. And this just ends up really being a really unhappy couple. We don't want that. So if you find the conversation you're having is not moving forward, but is circling, you got to go back to pause, right? You gotta go back to pause. Like, no, we're not doing that. We got to take a moment to breathe and come back. Okay? Is this man consistent or confusing? Oh shoot, he could be consistently confusing, right? So as you're dating somebody, do you find yourself in a constant state of confusion? But I thought you said this and it's that, red flag, red flag, where's the red flag? Let me see. Oh, can I find red? That's a red flag, right? Red flag is kind of like a magenta, but you get what I'm saying. So I want you to assess the moment. The third question that you ask, am I responding from clarity or conditioning? The conditions of how you were raised. There's some deep work that has to be done when you're dating. Dating is more about self-discovery than it is anything else, because stuff comes up around your beliefs, around your dating beliefs, around your love beliefs, around how you feel men should treat women, how women should treat men, because of what you've seen, what you've been through, what you've wished for, what you've hoped for, what you've prayed for, what you've experienced. It's a lot of deep stuff that goes on in this process, but you have to assess the moment. Confusion is information, and you're here to process that information to say, okay, can it become clarity? Or if it stays in confusion, maybe this isn't it. Assess the moment. Let me tell you this. I remember when Andy and I were dating, so we'll give him some hair. This is back when he had hair. This is me. So here we are. We were dating and we got in an argument. And what did Andy do? He walked out of my condo. And what did I do? I stayed right there on my couch. Both unhappy. He left my house. Now the crazy thing is, maybe 10 minutes passed by, and then he said, why didn't you come after me? And I said, sir, you've been watching too much TV. This is not a Lifetime movie where I go running down the hall to grab onto your leg to say, baby, please, don't leave me, please, I'll do better. No. The thing that we assessed and we decided on is that if you're leaving, you leave, but you don't come back. Otherwise, we're in this together. You could go to another room, another corner of the room, but what we will do is be respectful. What we will do is not throw around breaking up if we're not really breaking up. Now, this ended up being the man that I married, so now we do not throw out the word divorce, because if you're getting a divorce, we divorce. We're not throwing around threats, because I grew up around people that would throw around, hey, I'm leaving you, I'm getting divorced, and they still together many decades later. It's just like, well, why'd you do that? Why do you sow seeds of abandonment? We don't do that here. So in assessing my own upbringing and what triggered me here, I was able to communicate, right? After assessing that this is something that I don't do. It's important to assess the moment. Assess. We gotta pause, and then we gotta assess. Are y'all catching what I'm throwing down? Are y'all catching what I'm throwing down? Are y'all ready for C? Drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat. Make sure to share this video with a girlfriend. Subscribe, hit notifications, the bells, all the things, right? If you want support in your love journey, make sure to email us support@wantedwoman.com. Wantedwoman.com. All right, so here's the C. Choose the energy, not the explanation. Listen, not everybody wants a lecture. Not everyone wants a lecture. Remember when I messed up and I walked out to that car like, what you doing out here? Are you cheating on me? I didn't say all that, but my face still said it. When he came back in the house, we didn't have any long, extensive conversation about the explanation. Because what I realized is that had everything to do with me and my own unhappiness and my own past that was from before my past hurt. Had nothing to do with him. So I didn't have to go into explanation mode. Instead, what did I choose? I chose joy. If you wanna be somebody, If you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. So I chose joy. I chose to give this man the benefit of the doubt. I chose to be joyous in our interactions and not skeptical or an investigator. You know how hard it is to date someone who acts like an investigator? Like every single moment is not true. Like you gotta do double background checks in order to just have a conversation with them. Have you ever been in that situation? It's unpleasant. And I used to live there. Learn from me. Learn from Cass. Be like me. Learn from my mistakes without making the mistakes. Are y'all catching what I'm throwing down? So you don't have to give a TED Talk on what happened. Now you can watch my TED Talk on the internet. Look up Building a Community of Love. Cassandra Enriquez. Okay, you can check that out. It's already the 10-year anniversary of that video. Crazy, right? So I want you to choose the energy. So what kind of energy do you want to choose in your relationship? Now this can surpass dating and into all of your relationships. I am known as a peacemaker in my family. You know, family members that be going at it. I'm not about that life. Life is too short. I don't engage with it at all. Can you choose not to engage in drama? If you find yourself in a drama-filled life, you chose it. You chose the people that are standing before you, calling your phone, the people that you answer to, the conversations that you entertain. I need you to do something different if you want something different. If you want peace, let's see if I could do a peace sign. Is that the peace sign? No! It's more like a tennis ball. You understand what I'm saying. If you want peace, whatever, you get it. If you want peace in your life, you have to make a decision, right? To choose the energy. Choose the energy that you're going to exude. So joy is one example that I chose while I was dating. Now, if you looked and assessed the situation and you still have something that you need to address, you can simply say, this is not in alignment with what I desire for my life. And you don't have to go into an 8-hour dissertation or a 4-page letter, right? You ain't got to do all of that. If this is someone you have decided does not deserve to be in your life, no explanation needed. And I know a part of you wants them to know, but I think that's more than enough. I don't see a future for us. This doesn't work for me. I'm looking for something more consistent. I'm looking for someone to match my energy. Y'all understand? Like, you don't have to go into examples because they're grown men. I hope you're dealing with grown men. If you're not dealing with grown men, once again, this is not your date. This is not your man. This is not your husband, right? So I want you to start to think about what is the energy that I'm choosing, and I want someone to match my energy. Now, if your energy stinks, right, based on your past, then that's what you're going to get. Or you're not going to be able to really understand or enjoy the right energy when it comes. Are you catching this? I hope so. Not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna shed no tears. Right? Mary J. We're not doing that. Okay. You ready for the E? The last step. You ready? The E is exit or engage intentionally. Exit or engage intentionally. So 2 questions. Does this move us forward or do I protect my peace? I do believe that it is better to be single than it is to be in a tumultuous, argumentative, heartbroken situationship or relationship. Protect your peace. But sometimes we let our thoughts get the best of us. So you have to make sure of what it is that you desire and why. Now that's why the Real Love Network even exists, is because sometimes these two, there's a fine line. Some of us live in a state of anxiety and worry that we don't even know what peace feels like. Like this past summer, I take women on trips all around the world, and we were in Africa. This year we're going again to Morocco. We're going to Morocco. It's going to be amazing, right? We still got a couple spots left.
Join us for our next adventure in Morocco, June 5th through the 14th. We are embarking to Marrakesh, Morocco. Max of 20 women from the United States are flying into Morocco and enjoying shopping and custom caftans and beautiful views and food and rooftops, all the things, sis. We're going to go to the Afterward Desert, ride camels, going to go up to the Atlas Mountains and sit and drink tea. We're going to see the gardens in Marrakesh, the YSL garden, and then we're going to go over to Essaria, the beach town. So we're going to be able to just shop and see and do all of the things and then fly back out on the 14th. Let me tell you, it's all good vibes. There's no cliques, all professional women that don't judge but have a really, really good time. So sis, whether you need a roommate or you like to travel solo, join us in this group. We have a max of 20 people and just have a really, really good time. Sis, come on. You could be single, engaged, married. It doesn't matter as long as you act right and just be a beautiful person. We would love to have you. Go to wantedwomanretreat.com.
So one of the things that I see is because you have no idea what peace feels like, you consistently choose chaos. And you don't know when to exit or when to engage intentionally. You're very unsure. And so you ask your girlfriends all the random questions and they always say, girl, leave that man. Or he a good man, Savannah. He got a job, he got a car, he got a house. And that is not all that there is to finding a good man. There's so much more. And I lead women with discernment of how to choose the right man for them without chaos, without anxiety, without worry, without having to over-explain. Being able to find the words to share who you are and be accepted fully and whole, flaws and all. Your weight, your size, your age, your education, your bank account status, all of it as you are. If this video helped you, I want you to hear me clearly. It's less about the lines. It's less about the scripts, and it's more about you needing to trust in yourself, being able to find your voice when it comes to love and not be silenced. I want you to be able to stand tall in your next relationship, but not in a way that you're manly or hovering, but in a feminine, soft life kind of way that you could just be who you are, a wanted woman. Now where did my pen go? Wanted. Women achieving new triumphs every day. I believe that every woman is a wanted woman. Something I know is that we consistently say that we're wanted, but we act desperate. And desperation to me comes from the lack of the right mindset when it comes to love. You are not dating the last man on earth. There are millions of men left. Yes, good heterosexual men that are in alignment with what you're in alignment with, all that stuff. Like, there's still good men out there. We had in this last year 3 weddings, we had 2 engagements, and we had 5 amazing, beautiful relationships. You know, they're still dating, whatever, but I'm talking about like nitty gritty, like they're going to the next level, like that's what we're looking at. And it's just been so beautiful. And all of these women have been over 40, even over 50. One woman over the holidays was her birthday, and her man, I made her an appointment at Tiffany's. And she's an AKA, and he said, we're here for an appointment to get pearl earrings. And she picked out $1,000 teardrop 3 pearl earrings, and he paid for it, no problem. Happy birthday, boo. I want you to have those kind of experiences, not because men should be buying things for you, but being able to be feminine and say what you like, and a man paying attention to it and creating experiences for you. Girl, we had another one of our members in the Real Love Network that went to Puerto Rico for 10 days with her man, and they had a good time. And guess what? Her last man, she didn't have a good time in Puerto Rico, so he wanted to set the record straight that Puerto Rico was a beautiful place, and she had an amazing time. And yeah, they got in little, tiffs with each other, but at the end of the day, they have learned how to communicate through our conversations here. I'll tell you this, like, he even sent me a video saying, thank you so much, Coach Cass, for the communication that you teach here, because this has made our relationship so much better. Y'all, it's amazing, right? So let me tell you this, the Real Love Network, what is it? And I have a beautiful breakdown here. The women I work with aren't confused because they're inexperienced. They're confused because they have been taught to override their instincts in the name of being easy to love. Like, you ain't gotta be easy to love, sis. I don't want you going around like this, like, oh, I'm being so easy to love. If you're ready to stop second guessing yourself and start responding with clarity instead of anxiety, I've created spaces where we practice this together, not perfectly, but honestly. Inside the Real Love Network, you don't just learn what to say, You learn when to speak, when to pause, and when to walk away without guilt. And if you want something tangible you could use in real relationships or real conversations, we have the Love Deck, which was created to help you stay present, curious, and connected without performing or proving. So if this message spoke to you, right, here's the link. Go to reallovenetwork.com. Link's also below in the caption. No rush, no pressure. Choose what supports you. You understand me? And if this message spoke to you, like it, subscribe, share it with a sister who's staring at her phone right now saying, what should I say? Send her this video, sis. She got to be on pace. She has to pace herself. Because the right response isn't about impressing him. It's about honoring you. That's so good. That's so good. I had to get my notes, y'all. I didn't even want to mess that up. Okay, I didn't want to mess that up. So just remember pace. Okay, you have to pace yourself. Pause, assess the moment, choose the energy over explanation, and then E, exit or engage. So the next time you get a text and you're ready to spiral out, remember to pace. All right, I'm Coach Cass, America's go-to love doctor, specifically working with amazing professional women all over the country on how to love, how to attract love, how to keep love, how to have fun with love, and not have to do it by yourself. Go to reallovenetwork.com today to join us. All right. Bye-bye. See you next time.